We're back with Jim Ragona of the Ringling Brothers Barnum and Bailey Circus, who's showing us how he manages to fit an entire home into a very small railroad car. Well, Jim, let's continue the tour. I think we're getting into your bedroom now.
Come into my bedroom.
And here you've continued that southwestern motif, haven't you?
I have. Well, you know, one of the things that makes a smaller space look larger is if you keep going with the same motif, it's sort of an optical illusion. You create a larger space.
Absolutely, you're right. I see now here's the first partition, otherwise it's...
Exactly, otherwise it's one open space. And I did try to stay with the same motif and leave it open rather than finishing, you know, having the valance asymmetrical doesn't finish it, so it doesn't close everything off.
I understand. I hear there's something kind of special about your bed. You've taken...
I needed storage space. I have a satellite dish that I needed to store, so the bed actually lifts up with the help of two little hydraulic lifts so that you can tilt the box spring and mattress up and access a storage area that's the full width and size of the bed underneath.
So you're really taking advantage of that space.
Right.
And that's called a
really
gaucho?
Dead space. It's called a gaucho, that's right.
And right above that is a cabinet. Is that a television set?
It's a television and my VCR, so I can watch TV in the bedroom.
Well, there are a lot of good tips here for people who really have to take advantage of all the spaces.
Well, one of the things about a small space is you have to remember it's a small space and not to try to clutter it with too many things and leave it more open. The more open you leave it, the larger it seems.
I see your ringmaster costumes hanging there in the closet.
Kind of my security blanket. I don't go far without my costumes.
They're very colorful. Oh, look at you managed to keep your photos up. They never fall down?
I try to take my family with me. Yeah, actually you can see on the corner, the one in the front, everything is Velcro. There's a strip of Velcro that runs under each frame and keeps it pretty much in place.
You know, that's not a bad idea for people who have pets.
True.
My cat jumps up and knocks down all the pictures.
Right, yeah, this does work very well.
That's a very, very good idea. And I think we have one more photo. Now, who's that in the picture with you?
That's President Reagan, who was a guest ringmaster at the show with me in 1985. It was quite exciting.
Is that right? He's a circus buff.
He's a circus fan, yeah.
Well, I guess you wanted to make a change then after 12 years, huh?
I think that as a ringmaster, I did everything I wanted to do, and I had a chance to proceed in the company and move into a more creative area, have a little more say in what the circus is. And they were kind enough to let me do that.
Good. Well, Jim, I want to thank you for coming here today and showing us a really different style of living.
Thank you very much.
Well, people who furnish their homes with a number of different looks call this style eclectic. But are there any rules to follow? More on that from Haven correspondent Maria Rita and Randy Austin of Hickory White.
Boy, that's a tall order. Randy, can you help us out? There doesn't seem to be a definitive answer to this question, but can you give us some suggestions?
I think I can. One of the things I'd like to say, though, that there is no set of rules to go by. I think everybody assumes that when they're putting a room together that there's a set of rules that they need to go by when doing so, and there's not. The major point to make is to do what seems right to you. You're the one that's going to have to live with the furniture, and it should be items that you like and items that you can live with long term. So pick the items that are going to be right for you.
Any other suggestions?
Well, I would say to use caution when combining styles. It's sometimes a difficult thing, but sometimes very obvious. Here in the room we're standing in, it's a very contemporary room. The finishes are light on the cases behind us. The sofa's in a light fabric, and the cocktail table is very contemporary. Yet the chair over here is a traditional chair. It has a dark fabric. It's in dark wood. Has brass trim on the feet, so it doesn't really match. The other chair, though, however, that's going in is a contemporary chair. The fabric matches the pillows on the back of the sofa. The finish on the legs is light, so it matches, and that's kind of an easy one to do.
Okay, so for the word for the moment is caution.
It's caution, right.
Okay.
The third point I'd like to make today, Marie, is that you can tie a room together with either a color theme or by combining different styles with a special item that makes it stand out. We're in a room here that has a skirted ottoman. It has a pair of French love seats with real light colored wood. It has a Bombay chest over here, and it has a straight leg chair, and it has some X-base stools over here. But what ties the room together is the color theme of green. It really makes it all come together, even though there are about 4 different styles of furniture in here. The green ties it all together, so that's the key.
Okay, well, thank you so much.
And thank you, Marie. If you'd like some more tips on eclectic style, send a self-addressed envelope to Haven, Hickory White Tips #1, Post Office Box 99897, Wilmington, Delaware 19809. Someone's home decorating dream has really come true. Find out how when Haven continues.
This portion of Haven is brought to you by Lazy Boy. We make the rooms that make a home.
This is Jergens body shampoo, and this is the sponge. Just a little squeeze, there's so much lather. It tingles, it feels fantastic.
Jergens body shampoo.
The Super Polygrip makes me feel as if I don't have dentures. I can eat apples.
Hold your dentures super tight with Super Polygrip.
Now, I work only with the flexible cooked pickles. Le moustache, the happy, smiley face.
Clausen pickles are never cooked and always kept cold, so they're crunchier than cooked pickles.
I cannot work with these. Pretty tasty, though.
Clausen, they're crunchier. It's hard to believe the idea escaped us until now. Introducing new Clausen sandwich slices. A perfect fit for a perfect sandwich. New Clausen sandwich slices. Even sliced up, they're crunchy. Your child out here unprotected? Never. Neither would you forget her baby shots. Yet nearly a third of our babies' lives are on the line, because even with regular doctor visits, they haven't had all their shots. Ask your doctor. Your baby needs at least 11 shots by age 2. Please don't leave her out there alone. 11 shots by 2. How sure are you?
Your first time as a Junior Achievement Elementary School volunteer can be a little scary. Can you get kids that young to think about their futures? Call us about volunteering, and you'll see. We'll supply you with training for this new program, and the kids will supply plenty of motivation.
Do you ever wish that someone would just appear and bring that living room or dining room to life and pay for it too? Well, that really did happen. Here's Gail Steves, editor-in-chief of Home Magazine, to tell us about it. Gail, nice to have you back on the show.
It's wonderful to be here.
So your magazine recently sponsored a contest.
Yes, together with the Home Furnishings Council, Home Magazine sponsored a contest called Make My Decorating Dream Come True. And 19,000 of my readers wrote in. Most of them showed empty living rooms or dining rooms that they didn't use, but we found a very special winner, and it was a hard decision.
Oh, I'll bet that was a difficult decision. Well, who was your final winner?
The winner is Cindy and Steve Wickelman of St. Paul, Minnesota. And we loved it because they had actually built on a family room, which they'd run out of money to furnish. So an editor loves a naked room.
I'm sure, and we're seeing a picture of the Wickelmans. What a lovely family, and the little boys. I'm sure that's a big consideration.
Add to the decor, shall we say. What they actually won was $20,000 worth of furniture, plus, and it's an important bonus, the talents of an interior designer.
That is important, and that bonus is here with us today. We're lucky to have Robin Stranges with ASID, Gabbard's Design Studio. Well, Robin, tell us, for viewers who have not worked with an interior designer, what do they need to know?
Well, first of all, I believe that the chemistry between a designer and a client is very important. I try and get them to think about 3 things. First of all, budget. How much can they afford to spend? Second of all, color and style. And third, lifestyle. The Wickelmans have 2 young boys and 2 dogs, and we had to be practical. We wanted it to look good, but it had to be very durable. So we Scotch-guarded everything.
And you have to be realistic. I guess you don't want to have a white sofa, right, when you have young children and pets. Let's take a look at the end result. Oh, that's a lovely room.
Thank you. Here's the room that we did, and the sofa is covered in a deep green fabric because this is the piece of furniture that will get the most use. So we had to be practical. And Cindy liked kind of a mismatched look. We used florals, we used plaids, we used a fern pattern.
And yet they all blend beautifully.
They do.
And the 2 different window treatments, I've never seen that before.
Yes, we combined 2 different types of valances together and pulled the color from the background of one of the fabrics and painted the walls in that color.
It's a very cheerful room, and it works very well together.
Thank you.
We're going to see the dining area now. This is in the same room.
Right. This is down at the end of the room. We did the pine finish on these Queen Anne chairs and a small-scale round dining table.
Very lovely. Well, are the Wickelmans happy?
I think so.
I'll bet they are, too. Nice to have you both
Thank you very
with
much.
us, and it was a good job.
Thank you.
Well, nowadays, fashionable outdoor furniture is making the backyard a nicer place to be. To show us the latest in this design trend, here are Haven correspondent Deborah Maffett and John Miles of Homecrest.
Joy, I have learned so much. First of all, you don't need to worry. Outdoor fabrics are very durable, but I've also learned how many choices there are. And John, you've brought just a few of the choices out there with you.
There are many, many choices available.
What is this?
Let's just quickly look at these. This is 100% acrylic done in a twill weave.
It's gorgeous. It looks like a dress.
Thank you. And here you see 100% acrylic, but it's done on a jacquard loom. Would be good indoors or outdoors.
Now, what
don't you
makes
think?
this so durable?
Because each one of these fabrics that I'm showing you and many of the others are man-made fibers, and they can stand up to the weather, stand up to the sun and the rain.
Now, this is gorgeous.
Thank you. This is 100% polyester.
And is there something about colors? Because I notice how brilliant and bold these colors are.
They are that way because they are actually printed on the polyester fabric.
Is there any special thing to keep in mind so far as color or anything?
Yes, I'm glad you asked that. You don't want to clean these with bleach. It can lift the pattern right up off the base cloth. But you can clean any of these with warm water.
I could see that one in the living room. It's so gorgeous.
Yeah, thanks.
Now, this is tough.
Yes,
this
it is.
Strong.
This is a PVC polyester flat woven piece of goods, very heavy and excellent for sling material.
But I think this is my favorite.
Oh,
this is beautiful.
It is lovely, Deborah. This is 100% acrylic, a printed-on pattern, and here, as a matter of fact, you see it on the chair.
This is gorgeous, and it's so soft. This is cotton, it feels like.
It does look like a fine indoor piece of cotton goods.
So once you've selected your fabric, then it's time to pull it all together, and that sounds like a whole nother segment.
Okay, Deborah, I'm up for it.
Thank you, John, for joining us. Back to you, Joy.
Thanks, Deborah. Just think how posh your patio could look. Now, don't forget, any design questions or comments you may have should be sent to Haven, Post Office Box 99897, Wilmington, Delaware 19809. When we come back, you'll get the inside story of how our very own Haven set was designed.
To find out more about the things you see on Haven, jot down the 3-digit code and call our toll-free number, 1-800-521-4663.
Choosing lighting fixtures can be confusing. Hint, contemporary light mixes well with most room styles.
There may be something you're not seeing here, because the first sign of breast cancer isn't easy for you to spot. That's why a yearly mammogram is a must, especially if you're over 50. Doctors say the older you get, the higher the risk of breast cancer. But early detection increases your chance of successful treatment. While you may not be able to see something this small, a mammogram can. Call the American Cancer Society. Early detection is the best protection.
Hi, I'm Joy Philbin. With our Haven sweepstakes, you have the chance to win many of the furnishings from our set. For our new contest, the grand prize will include most of the living room pieces, while second prize will be furniture from our home office. Third prize will come from our family room setting. To enter, send postcards only with your name and address to Haven Sweepstakes, Post Office Box 99897, Wilmington, Delaware 19809. One entry per household.
Tucked away in a quaint community is one of the most unique furniture stores you'll find anywhere. Stauffer's Furniture Village, located in Sharon Center, off Route 18 between Montrose and Medina. Stauffer's features Lazy Boy motion furniture, complete bedroom, living room, and dining room furniture by Bob Timberlake, and this area's largest selection of home theaters and entertainment centers. So visit Stauffer's Furniture Village for unique home furnishings and accessories, where you'll discover why Stauffer's has been the choice since 1914.
Just like moons and like suns, with the certainty of tides, just like hope springing high, still I rise. Bringing the gifts that my ancestors gave, I am the hope and the dream of the slave. And so I rise, I rise.
lot of time thinking about how our furniture will look, but we should be just as concerned with how it is made. Here with some Haven tips is Arnie Decker of Sumter Cabinet. Arnie, how important is the construction of my furniture, and what should I look for?
That's a good question. The customer should look very carefully at the construction of a piece of furniture that they're contemplating and buying. Take a drawer out, turn the drawer upside down. Look and see how the drawer glides are prepared. What are they made of? Look for reinforcement on the underside of the drawer. Look for solid wood drawer bottoms, solid wood drawer dust barriers between the drawers. And also, it's very important to turn that nightstand upside down. Look at the internal construction from the underside. Look for the end panel to go through from the top of the piece all the way through to the bottom. Look for glue joints that are screwed as well as glued. Look for reinforcement all throughout the piece, and make sure that there is a wooden dust barrier on the bottom and on the rear of your piece, as well as between the drawers, separating the drawers of the piece.
Thank you, Arnie. That's very helpful. With me once again is an editor for American Homestyle and Gardening magazine, which took part in the design of our very own Haven set. Wendy Silverstein is here to finish up our little tour. Wendy, it's nice to have you back.
Thank you.
Last time you were here, we talked about our living room and our dining area. Let's start here in the home office.
Sure, I'd be happy to. We worked with David H. Mitchell, Interior Design in Washington, D.C., to establish a really comfortable home office look.
And the chair is very comfortable looking.
It is, and so is this pine table that really could be used in the kitchen or the home office. And
much nicer than using office furniture, isn't it?
Exactly.
And the bookcases?
Well, we wanted something very architectural, so we've selected these bookcases with a lovely wicker kind of design.
I like it. I like the colors and the way you've accessorized it. Now, the window treatment is very bold and very daring. I like it, but once you kind of get tired of it, can you change it to a more traditional look?
Sure, just by changing the bottom of the valance, you know, with just a hem.
Good, because otherwise it's side panels. Yeah,
exactly.
True. The family room?
Well, America, the way they live today is much more flexible than in the past. So rather than having a sofa, we've selected 2 side chairs and an ottoman that doubles as a coffee table. And the chairs are very flexible. You can move them so they can look towards the home entertainment center or enjoy the view out the window or towards the fireplace.
Yeah, you look like you could really get lost in those chairs. Let's talk about the walls, the bold stripes.
Well, they're painted on, and we just have a base color, and then by using blue painter's tape and just making lines on the wall and painting with another color, you can make a stripe quite easily.
Really? So you don't have to be terribly artistic? Anyone can do that?
No, it's really easy
to do.
That's
good to know. I like it very much. It's very cheerful, and I think you've done a great job.
Thank you so much.
Thank you. Stay with us. We're going to be right back. To add visual interest to a small space, set a piece on an angle.
If you'd like to save up to 50% on your contact lenses, eyeglasses, and eye exams, call for a free Lens Express catalog and find out how you can start saving right away.
Now there's new bleaching action on. It brightens brights and whitens whites without bleach. That's all, the stain lifter.
That's all.
You know, this store used to belong to my grandfather, and then to my dad, and one day it'll be mine. Now, to our customers, this is their store. And you know, in a way, it really is. Sure, there's over 3,000 IGAs, which for us means more buying power, and for you, lower prices. But each IGA is owned locally, which means the money you spend here stays right here in this community. Because this is home for all of us. And we're pretty proud of it.
If you love the taste of Velveeta,
We're gonna cream you. Cream you with Velveeta. Cream you with Velveeta shells and cheese.
Velveeta shells and cheese, the only one with creamy Velveeta taste in every bite.
We're gonna cream you. Cream you
I loved best about my childhood was this, the home I grew up in. My mom and dad made every room so warm and comfortable. It was a home filled with love. And that's the kind of home I'm making for my family, with the help of the all-new Haven Home Decorating Guide from the Home Furnishings Council. It's free at participating home furnishing stores.
I wish they had Haven when you were a kid.
I'm still a kid.
No.
Call 1-800-521-HOME and also ask for stores offering free copies of the Casual Decor Guide to Outdoor and Patio Furnishings.
Behind the heart of the Haven logo is the Home Furnishings Council, people who care. Look for the Haven logo on furniture, home furnishing products, and in retail stores. That's our show for today. If you've got a question or a comment on anything you've seen, jot down the segment code and call us toll-free at 1-800-521-HOME. That's 1-800-521-4663. I'm Joy Philbin, and remember, Haven is where the heart is.
You like your car, but it may not look so great. Time for the better get Mako guys.
Right now, Mako value is better than ever. Get our great-looking Mako Ambassador finish for one low price, our best value. Right now, only $189.
Mako, America's smart choice.
Now, this is alphabet. It's got lots of letters, so we can spell. See? This is